Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to the Planet Crafter. Now today I have a pretty quick episode for all of you. I've got just a few things that I want to get set up here and get working on some projects. It won't take too long because I've already done a pretty fair majority of the setup. So I just want to kind of take you through everything that I had planned for today. Obviously, picking up larvae as I go because it's free stuff. So back to the base. The thing that I want to focus on today is setting up a auto crafter station or a automatic production zone for our very lovely and quite in fact necessary setup of, first of all, circuit boards, because we need more circuit boards to make more drones, and more drones to speed up our logistic network, and then also more circuit boards to be able to send off into the space. I also did fix the issue of the priority. It does, in fact, turn out that the higher priority means that it gets first dibs, and I found that out through testing with this and through testing with the bee larva, of which I have a ton. So the number one priority gets filled, or the higher number priority gets filled before anything else gets filled. And then I also am gonna have to worry about this as well. And then of course equal priority, I'm pretty sure just takes the one that's closest. I hope. I kind of hope that's how that works. So today we're gonna set up the circuit boards, and then in addition to setting up the circuit boards, we're also going to set up an automatic crafting here at the base for some fertilizer things using our newfound priority abilities, which is gonna be pretty interesting to get set up because I want to set it up over here. Over in this area. I want to kind of set it up right next to this one. Like this here is making all of our fabric that we are sending up and into the sky. So I want to have another one of like these little module things set up. I guess I could technically just do it adjacent here to these, or I could set it up in a completely different area that is processing our very lovely fertilizer, because we need fertilizer in very high amounts. So I really am gonna want that to be working. And the only things that we need for that are actually 2 auto crafters, which I find quite funny. And then of course we're also going to need a lot of iron so that we can actually build our modules. And then, of course, for the Tier 2 modules, the big living compartments, we're also going to need a fair share of titanium. So I'm going to go on ahead and grab some of that as well. And then it was 2 super alloy each. So 2 super alloy each. Very nice. So in order to set this up such that it is actually working in the way that I would like it to be working, first of all, I'm just going to set it up here like this because I feel like this is probably one of the better ways for us to do it. Then I'm going to set up 2 auto crafters right here in the middle. And I'm going to set this one up to craft fertilizers. And I'm going to set it to supply fertilizers priority 1. And then this one I'm going to grab and have fertilizer tier 2. We're going to have it also supply fertilizer tier 2's priority 1. And now the way that this is going to have to work is we're just going to have a wall back here just of different storage compartments. And each storage compartment is going to have a different item that is requested or provided. So to start off here with our fertilizers, fertilizers require algae, sulfur, and eggplants. So we can set this one up to demand algae and we can set it up as a lower tier of priority, priority 1, let's just say. And then this one we can set up for our eggplants. So now we have eggplants, priority 1. And for this one, we can set up, it was algae, eggplants, and sulfur at a priority 1. So algae, eggplant, sulfur. And now, since the other containers are full, these guys are just going to bring the algae to here. And since the eggplant one is also full back at the base, they're going to bring them here directly from the farms. And then same thing with the sulfur. It's just going to be brought from the minor tier 3 right over here because the other ones are all full, which is exactly what we want to have happen. I can't look at anything here, can I? No, I can't, because I don't have the map visualization. And that is going to cover our fertilizer costs. And now these, you can see they have the locker storages available. These will now auto-craft fertilizers as soon as there's enough material in these 3 devices right here. Now for the fertilizer tier 2, we're going to have along this back wall, I need more iron, so I'll go back and get the iron. Along the back wall, we're going to have 1 chest for the fertilizer, and that is where the fertilizer is going to go once it is satiated, essentially. So we're also going to go on ahead while we're here at the base, and we're going to come back here, and we're going to set up on either side of this, we're going to set up fertilizer 1. I don't even think that's the right way to spell it. Fertilizer. It is the right way to spell it. And then we'll priority 5 this. And then over here we'll do the same thing, except it'll obviously be fertilizer 2. And then we will demand fertilizer tier 2 at a quantity of 5. So now what's going to happen is the drones are going to bring the fertilizer tier 2s that get crafted automatically to this one first, above all else, unless the auto-crafter takes it before it gets a chance for the bots to come and get it. And then once this is full, it will allow satiation, or it'll allow the network to be satiated. The needs will be met. Sorry, I'm mixing up my words here. And then I just realized I'm recording at 30 frames per second. Well, I don't have the time at the moment to go back and fix that, so the rest of this video is going to be in 30 FPS, and I'll fix it next time. Once this fertilizer 1 is full, we're going to have another one at the back of the room that will take the fertilizer tier 1 from the autocrafter and store it as a buffer in here, in this module directly. And then, while that's allowing storage back here, the fertilizer tier 2 will be able to use that in order to craft it. So let me go on ahead and put this into action here. We're just going to grab our fertilizer tier 1, and we'll go on ahead and put that fertilizer 1. And then this, again, is going to demand fertilizer, this time at a priority of 1. So that this now adds a buffer from this autocrafter. And then this fertilizer tier 2 requires algae again, which we already have, and then squash, methane, and fertilizer. So squash, and methane. So now for the squash, we'll go on ahead and hit demand on that. Priority of 1, I think is what I'm putting as all of these. Yeah, priority of 1 for the squash. Perfect. And then methane as well. Demand methane, priority 1. Perfect. I can't tell if any of these have actually crafted yet. I don't think they have because of the algae. I don't know how much the algae is being supplied to the network. What am I doing? I'm trying to go check and see the interface. So yeah, we have 2 for the methane cartridges, 2 for the methane cartridges. Oh, 2 demand, sorry. Inventory supplying. We have 1 eggplant, 2 honey, 2 bee larvae, 1 methane, 2 super alloy, 1 sulfur, 2 cobalt iron. Apparently I have none. Then how are they bringing? If I have none supplying algae. Do I have to set these to supply algae? I'm a little confused on that one, because they are, in fact, taking algae. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a chest full of it, you know? But there's no interface for me to select from. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little confused. Let me go look some stuff up. So, according to the article that I have up right now, which is the unofficial wiki of Planet Crafter, it says that the algae, as of patch 0.8, of which I am in 0.8, they can collect algae, and there is no need to set anything to supply them. However, drones are slow, and they do take time, so I'm betting that that's probably what it is that's happening. And as you can see, yes, I do have a lot of drones that are just kind of around the map at the moment. And a majority of that is the fact that they're collecting things like aluminum, osmium, and uranium, and those have pretty large supply buffers. And then, of course, super alloy and zeolite are another big one that's kind of happening a lot. So I do really think that it's probably just the fact that I don't have a whole lot of things happening at the moment. I don't have a lot of drones like local to me at the moment. However, I am gonna move both of these. Where's the algae? There it is, the algae generator tier 2. I am gonna move both of these out a little bit so that they have more radius in which to grow algae. I really kind of feel like that's a bit of a necessity here. So that's that setup. So that's number 1 project of today. Technically it was supposed to be number 2 project of the day, but you know, I'm not really gonna complain here. Yeah, squash is doing fine, methane's doing fine, eggplant's doing fine. All right, cool, awesome. And there's a drone doing a whole bunch of things. So yeah, no, that's cool. That's great. That's awesome. Next up on the list is automatic crafting of circuit boards. Now, let me go on ahead and open up the map and show you kind of my game plan here. So circuit boards require a couple of things in order to craft. And number 1, they require zeolite. So we already have a mine for zeolite. That's perfectly fine. We're going to have it set so that the base gets supplied first and foremost before anything else. And that's going to be perfectly fine. No worries whatsoever. But then they also need a whole bunch of other stuff, including aluminum. So aluminum is already being set up to mine. So we need to set this up somewhere in between these 2 points. Now, of course, I do have my drone port right now set up at the zeolite cave, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to move that to somewhere a little more central, and in all honesty, that's probably just going to end up being, like, here, maybe in the iridium cave, maybe here, but I need to have it central between these 2 resource locations, because those 2 resource locations are going to be where we're pulling from the most. So we're going to be building here. And then in order to get this done for the circuit boards, we need silica, iron, aluminum, nitrogen cartridges, and zeolite. So silica and iron we already have mines for. Zeolite we already have a mine for. Aluminum we already have a mine for. Nitrogen cartridges we're going to need a gas extractor for that actually will extract the gases. And then the bioplastic nuggets, where the bioplastic nuggets require mushrooms, silica, and water. So in order to get all of this done, we're going to need 2 additional ore extractor tier 3s, of which I have the material here for 4 of, and I'm realizing now that that's actually kind of overkill, so I'm gonna go on ahead and address that by not taking all of those materials. So 1, 2, that's 2, that's 2, and that's 2 for our ore extractors. Tier 3. To get the silica and the iron, aluminum and zeolite are fine. The nitrogen cartridges require, of course, the gas extractor tier 2. So 2 super alloy, 2 zeolite, an iridium rod, and a circuit board. Well, there's that right there. So that now accounts for the cost of the gas extractor. Then we're going to need 2 autocrafters, 1 autocrafter for the bioplastic nuggets and 1 autocrafter for the circuit boards themselves, and that go on ahead and grabs that. And then the bioplastic nugget, of course, we're going to require an outdoor farm for the, I think I actually grabbed enough for 2 outdoor farms by the look of it, just for throughput reasons. So 4 bee larvae, 2 fertilizer, 2 super alloy, and 2 water bottles, of which I can't do just yet. And then, of course, also for the bioplastic nuggets, we're going to need a lake water collector, which is going to be 3 bioplastic nuggets that I think I have. Nope. All right, well, I can make those pretty easily. They're not hard to make. And then super alloy, aluminum, and magnesium, which we'll be able to get. So let me go on ahead and find a good location for this, and I'll be right back. So I think a good location is actually just going to be right exactly here. And a reason why I think that this is going to be a good location for us is because of the fact that this is a very... this is where the old base was right over there. A base from a different playthrough as well was like literally directly on this spot. So this is the spot in which we are going to build our circuit board farm, and then those circuit boards are going to be sent directly back to our very, very lovely base as a initial priority, and then they will be set up to travel back to the launcher. We're going to have another rocket launcher here, which I also need to gather the materials for. And that's going to be the secondary priority to get us lots and lots and lots of money. So first order of business, we're going to set up our ore extractor tier 3s. And well, that sucks. That's fine. I'll be able to fix that. And then we are going to set this up, of course, for silica. And what's the other thing? I want to say it was iron. So iron, and then we're going to have this supplying iron at a priority 1. And this one's supplying silica also at a priority 1. And then I'm going to go and gather the rest of the materials, / enough materials to actually build a little bit of a base here so that we can actually have this housed instead of just sitting out in the open like this, because I don't really like it just sitting out in the open. We're more civilized than that. So yeah, I'll be back. I'm also going to fix the power issue. Oopsie daisy. Alright, now with this set and these guys set, we're going to go on ahead and actually we're going to grab our materials for the auto crafters first, because those are the things that are going to be the ways that we tell what resources we actually need. So that one first, this one second. So now this is going to craft bioplastic nuggets, and this one is going to craft circuit boards. Perfect. So now for this, we're going to need mushroom, silica, and water. So just along the back wall, just what we did before. Go on ahead and grab. Actually gonna fit in as many of these as I can. So we'll make this one water. We'll make this one mushroom. And we will make this one silicon. And then we will have this set to demand water priority 1. So it's the lowest priority. This to demand mushrooms priority 1. And this to demand silica priority 1. Just like that. And now these 3 will be able to start auto-crafting the bioplastic nuggets, which I'm actually just going to leave here because we don't need them in that high of quantities, and we have everything that we need for it at home, which is perfect. Not a problem at all. Now, for the circuit boards, we need the rest of the stuff. So silica, already met. We need iron, aluminum, zeolite, and nitrogen cartridges. So iron, aluminum, zeolite, and nitrogen cartridges. So iron, and then, oh my gosh, it didn't place. Go on ahead and set this demand iron priority 1. This aluminum demand aluminum priority 1, and this won't start getting stuff until our base is satiated. Also, I need more iron. Did I put any iron over here? No, I did not. Okay, I will be back again. Iron is now in my inventory. I also moved things. So drone port is now there, and I now have a teleporter to come directly here, which is nice. So iron, aluminum, zeolite, and of course, last but not least, nitrogen. Perfect. So now we have all of that. Aluminum is set up. Zeolite, I can go on ahead and demand zeolite priority 1, and I have a bunch already stocked up, so that's perfect. And then I can also demand nitrogen priority 1, just like that right there. I'm gonna go on ahead and put all of this away, as I don't need it currently. Actually, I do need it currently, because now we need to expand the platform, and we're gonna expand it this direction. Go on ahead and grab that. And that'll be enough room for 2 farms. Be enough room for a drone port. I'm actually gonna put the drone port on this side. So I'll go on ahead and deconstruct it, even though I just constructed it. And put these guys down, just like that. Grab the drone port again. Plop it here. Now go in here, drop off all the iron and miscellaneous stuff that I have that I now don't need. Grab all these resources. And now, I need water bottles. That was right. That was the thing I was forgetting. Okay, that's fine. I can at least build the gas extractor tier 2 right now. Whoa. That sounds loud. Oh, it's a super alloy storm. Well, that's fine. I already have that being automatically supplied, so I don't really care. And then we'll go on ahead and supply nitrogen cartridges at a supply of 1. This is very loud. Why are you so loud? Just gotta turn it down for now. I'll turn it back up, I promise. And then I need the 2 water bottles for this. I also need to set up a request for water. Don't I? No, I already have water. Okay, cool. That is already... Yeah, okay, cool. So then I just need the stuff for the water extractor. So I'm gonna go get that, and I'll be back. Alright, materials gathered. So we're good now. I forgot the seeds again. I keep forgetting the seeds. Alright, that's fine. So, farm number 1. farm number 2. We're going to go on ahead and set this to supply mushrooms, priority 1. And set this up to supply mushrooms, priority 1. And then over here, a lake water collector to supply water, priority 1. Now, finally, all of that set up. Yeah, you can see these are having drone requests, as are these having drone requests. However, they're not actually making it here because the base is not yet satiated with its values. The mushrooms, on the other hand, are satiated, so they are getting values. Aluminum, zeolite should also be getting values. I don't know exactly why it's not. Nitrogen is getting its supplies, so that is exactly what we wanted to see. And then I simply am, that's the osmium mine. I'm just going to need the seeds, and then everything is going to be set up except for the rocket, which I'm actually going to set up next time because this episode is already going way longer than I intended it to. So let's grab those seeds. 2 mushroom seeds. Things I never thought I would need in high quantities, which, I mean, I guess I technically don't need them in high quantities right now, but still. And that. And that. And with that, it is all set up, done, dealt with, and ready to go. So we have, even though we won't see it for some time, circuit board production fully and entirely set up. And that is going to be it for today. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. But without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, y'all.